Hey, I'm Ben Silverio.
And I'm Erin Cline.
And I'm Ansel Burch.
And it's
Time to party.
Hey.
We are not doctors. We don't give medical advice. Please drink responsibly. Today's episode was recorded on January 20th, 2025.
Woo! It's a day.
Yeah.
Welcome back to me.
Yes. Party people, welcome back. It's a new year. But more importantly, welcome back to the Enigma, Erin Cline.
New year. Old host. Hey, everybody.
Look
It's so
at
good to have
that.
the original crew
I know.
all reunited.
I'm so excited. What a perfect movie
Yeah.
for this also.
Yes.
Oh, God, right?
Fun fact, party people. February 2021 was when we started this.
What?
We are at February 2025.
What? Oh my
which is when you'll
God.
be listening to this.
I love
Mhm.
this. Oh my gosh. That's nice
Isn't
to
that
be
wild?
back. Yeah, it's nice to be back on a good milestone like that too.
Yes.
Wow.
We planned it exactly that way.
I'm so glad.
This is definitely not a conspiracy of scheduling mistakes.
No,
and
No,
this was
this
definitely
is
on
other
purpose.
obligations.
This was a thing that we
This is
planned 1000%. We're very good at podcasting.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're so,
so as we
good
move
at
into
it.
Biff Tannen's timeline, here we are.
Oh, man, yes. As Ansel said at the top of the show, you know when this is recorded, being recorded, things are happening in this country, and it's fucking wild.
Yep.
Final countdown.
But you know what?
What I wouldn't give for precedented times.
For real. You know what? It sucks living through history. Turns out.
Mhm.
I always thought that maybe it would be
Mhm.
cool. It's not. It's actually the fucking worst.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's like, oh, hey, it would be cool if something historic happened, and then another thing happened, and then another thing happened, and then another thing happened. Like, my city is burning down.
Bro, that's
Again.
wild.
Yeah.
But more this time.
Yes, like I'm glad you're safe.
Ah,
It's nice that you're
Yes.
not running anymore.
I am, yes, hopefully I don't have to later today or tomorrow,
Yeah.
because the Santa Anas are supposed to pick up again this week.
God.
So we'll see. I have my bag packed just in case.
Do.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But let's talk about fun stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Thanks, Spielberg and Zemeckis.
I was gonna say let's all celebrate a movie that a bunch of people think is bad and they're wrong and they should shut the
They're
fuck
so
up
wrong.
because it's really good.
Oh my God.
I don't understand those people.
It's because they
I-
can't follow continuity. That's what it is. There's so much continuity jump in this, and some of it is really confusing, and some of it doesn't work very well. But like, it's a children's movie. It's not that hard.
It's
Mhm.
not. But
it's
also
it's
just
a time travel romp. Like
Yeah.
it's confusing is built in.
Exactly. They'd already done the one that was clean cut. Why not do a fucking
Mhm.
wild one after that?
exactly.
Robert Zemeckis is nuts.
Yeah. And then the master stroke of the third one, of course.
Oh my God.
you know.
Which I
Oh.
hated until I was an adult. And then we covered it and I was like, okay, well, maybe I like it. And now as a parent, especially, I was like, I understand why my mom likes this so much. It's very much an adult one. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
I guess I'm an adult now.
That's how you know.
I know, right? You watch Back to the Future 3 and you're like, wow, I really connect with these like colonial Americans.
I know we're not really talking about the third one this month, but I just got to bring up that Mary Steenburgen is fucking fabulous.
She's so
Truly.
good
Right?
in that movie. She's so fucking good in that movie. Also, did you know her and Ted Danson got back together? I was like, what?
I was just going to bring that up.
Oh my God. I was
Her and Ted Danson
I'm
are the
delighted.
cutest.
I'm so delighted. I know that they got like I think they actually got divorced after the last Curb Your Enthusiasm season that she was in,
Oh,
and that was why she stopped being on the show because she was like, I don't want to play married to my ex-husband.
sure.
And then they showed up at the Golden Globes together, and I was like, what the fuck, Mary? I'm happy to see you.
Well, it
but
might have just
also-
been like a separation just
Maybe.
because I listened to Ted's podcast, and I say that it's Ted's podcast because Woody is supposed to be on it, but he's not on it all the time. So it's
Shocking.
mostly just Ted's podcast. But it's called Where Everybody Knows Your Name, obviously.
Oh.
And there are some really great episodes where they talk to George Wendt and Kelsey Grammer, but also like they just talk to their friends like Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell, and they did a 2-parter with Mary Steenburgen, and it's delightful. Highly recommend it.
I love that. I like them together. I would like for them to continue being together. I love an old Hollywood's not the right way to say that. I love an older Hollywood couple that is still together. I find that it's like when an actor retires and you're like, oh, they got to retire. They made a decision to stop working. Like, for real.
They didn't just die in the middle of a movie.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, that's like, oh my God. There are a couple I can't think of off the top of my head that it's like, oh, you just got old. And you were like, oh, bye. Like, I love that. I think it's great. So I'm all for people being good to themselves as they get older.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's my button on that.
Please do that. Oh my gosh. So it has been a while since we've been in the presence of greatness that is Erin Cline on this podcast. Let's recap. What have you been up to, Erin, since we last saw you?
What was that, like 2 years ago?
It's been a while.
It's been quite a while. Things are going pretty good. Despite the state of the world, things are going pretty well. I have a kid. I'm pretty sure the last time I was on, I had just had a kid. My son is going to be 3 in about 3 weeks. So I have been having a toddler. It's been, I went to a brunch thing on Sunday, and one of my friends was there who I like don't see super often, and she like stopped me in the middle of a sentence and was like, "You look really great. Why are you so muscly?" And I was like, "I have a 40-pound toddler," and that's literally it. That's the only. I don't work out.
Endless reps.
Truly, he likes to dance while I hold him, and so I'm doing like hundreds of squats with a 40-pound child who's moving. So I've accidentally gotten fit, which has been very, very nice. An exciting thing is that I performed for Plan 9 last year in 2024.
Hell yeah.
I did all 4 shows and did 4 performances, two solos and 2 duets. And I found out about 35 seconds before I went online on stage for my second one, I don't like solo performing. And so then I got to go do my solo knowing I fucking hate this. I don't actually like doing it. And so I got to the end and I was like, well, that's that. I will not be doing. Someone asked me right after, how did it go? And I was like, fine, I'm done with that. Like,
oh my God.
So it has been an interesting year to learn about myself that I don't actually like that.
Ansel, I need you to know that I pitched Erin an idea for an act that I think would be spectacular. I suggested that she make a duet act for Mary Tyler Moore and Dick Van Dyke from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah.
Personally, right? I think it's a great idea. The person who would be my Dick Van Dyke, maybe not. It's been a year. It has been quite a year in that regard. Fucked a bunch of people's lives up about that, actually. But whatever, it's fine. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know how to explain 2 years backed into an up top, but yeah.
I think that covered it.
Yeah,
honestly.
right. I did a bunch of stuff I had never tried before. It went very well. I had a breakup that did go super well, but things are good. Things are like in a great place right now. I feel very good. I feel like my relationships are in pretty good places. Like, I don't know, things feel really good. I feel like after the election, I put my foot down for myself and was like, who do I care about? Who do I want to make sure that these people are in my lives? Who do I want to keep working with? Who are important to me to keep inside of a creative circle? So I've been working really hard for the last 3 months, especially, to be like, my friends are important to me. The relationships that I have with people I care about are super important to me. And so that's my vibe going into 2025. I want less drama. I want to not look at the constant fire hose of bullshit all the time. I just won't do it this year. I can't. And yeah, I just want to embrace joy. That's my 2025. Is there's a lot of fucked up shit happening. Today in particular is a shitty one. I refuse
Mhm.
to go online today. Uh, but yeah, I feel like there's a lot of positive shit moving forward right now, and it's super nice. So that's how I've been. Mixed bag, but pretty good.
You also got a shit ton of really awesome
Oh my
tattoos.
god, you're right. I forgot that that was post our last episode. Oh my god. Yeah, in oh man, in 2023 I got 15 tattoos, and then in
Oof.
2024 I got 4, but one of them is an entire back piece and then the other one is a big stomach piece. So 4.
So baller.
Wink. Yeah, it felt really good. I felt like I really wanted to take back my own feeling of my body after having had a child. And I was like, I've always wanted to be heavily tattooed. And so I just went for it. I was like, I got the extra money right now. I have time. I'm doing this. I met a bunch of great artists who now I'm like friend. I cannot tell you how much I fucking love it when an artist that I like who's not tattooing me comments on a tattoo photo of mine and is like, I love this. This is beautiful. And I'm like, thanks. I feel so cool and excellent. And it's so great. One of the tattoos that I got that I didn't have last time, I will show it on the screen to you guys, is my red shirt lady. This is so hard to see on here.
I love her.
My red shirt. I
Oh,
love her
hell
too.
yeah.
She's the best. I got her because the character that I played in Plan 9 finally died. We finally killed her off, and I was like, I'm getting this tattoo of this character. It means a lot to me. And I think it's hilarious when people are like, what's this tattoo? And I'm like, it's me. I got a tattoo of myself, just so you know. People are like, what the fuck? But yeah,
Baller.
yeah, I've gotten a ton of tattoos. I had a big list that I worked down, and now I've only got a couple on there. But yeah, I really took my own skin into my own hands. Also, you know what I do now? Moisturize. I moisturize
Yeah.
and I wear so much more sunscreen because I'm so aware of I spent $1,000 on this. I'm fucking
Yes.
covering it. Like, so that has been also a thing.
Whatever it takes to trick yourself into self-care.
For real. Bring that into 2025. Whatever you have to trick yourself into self-care, you should fucking do it. And also, the one that I got on my stomach is not visible. It's covered by like 3 layers of clothing. But it's a woman riding a alligator, like old school carnival poster style, but she's wearing Marty McFly's outfit from the third Back to the Future movie, the retro
Yes.
futuristic one that's like purple and pink. I sent it to my artist and was like, can you do this? And she was like, yeah, I can fucking do this. So I have a big old secret Back to the Future tattoo on my stomach now. So yes, good observation. I have gotten just a truly excruciating number of tattoos. I would say
when you sent me the picture of the Marty one, I was just like, yes.
Yes,
It was
she did
so good.
We did it in a one shot too, and I walked in and she was like, "I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
man.
we can do this in a one shot." And I was like, I told her first, I was like, I didn't bring enough money for a one shot, but I will like Venmo you. And she was like, I trust you. I've seen you come in and get a million tattoos at this point. She was there every day. I got my back done too, and so she was like, yeah, if you can do it, if you can sit through it, whatever, just send me money however you want. And it took us like 4.5 hours. In the last 30 minutes, she was like, this is it. This is the last one. And I was like, do it. If I have to come back here again, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Like, just do it. We got to the end and I was like, I was like shaky and was like, I need to eat something. I'm so tired. But yes, it was awesome. I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that I now have this like super cool Back to the Future tattoo. Anyway, yes, that's how I've been covering myself in tattoos.
Yes.
They all look
I
incredible.
support this.
Thank you. I love
All right. Now that we are properly reunited
Yay.
and so happy to be here for your listening pleasure, let's get down to business a little bit.
Yay.
You know,
To defeat
the
the
business of
Huns?
partying.
Be a man, everybody.
Yes.
If that's your thing.
2025. Be a man, I guess.
Be a man, I guess. Like Lee Shang, who's a little.
That's gonna be our next. There's our first sticker.
There it is.
Be a man, I guess.
I guess.
All right. This month, in celebration of us, I guess, but also in celebration of this movie, because we celebrated all the goddamn time. In fact, it just celebrated last year its 35th anniversary, which is wild.
That makes me feel ill. It came out 2 years
Yeah.
after I was born.
It came out the year I was born.
Oh, well. Look at
It
you.
was pretending to be the year I was born.
So you got the first movie.
Yes,
That's all right.
deeply ingrained in this movie. This movie is, of course, Back to the Future Part 2, the incredible time romp from Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. Oh, God. There's so many things that have been said about this movie, and they should all be great.
Yeah, again, if you don't like this movie, you're wrong. Straight up.
So wrong. And if you don't know about this movie, our friends at IMDb describe it like this. After visiting 2015, Marty McFly must repeat his visit to 1955 to prevent disastrous changes to 1985 without interfering with his first trip. Yeah,
wow. That's the most boiled down explanation I've ever heard of that movie.
Right? They really get it down.
Right? They were like, we can't explain this.
I guess
it's not wrong.
Passionless.
Thanks, AI. I mean,
yeah,
probably a person wrote this.
Plausible.
It's IMDb, but
the long and short of
anyway.
I was going to say the long and short of this movie is that the original one was about how you had to have feelings for people and materialism didn't matter, and the second one is about how all you should care about is capitalism. That's how it is.
I mean, kinda.
That's the message, though, right? At the end of the first one, he gets this like big truck, and he's like, "Whoa, this is crazy. This is what I wanted, but I've learned how to connect with these people." And then the second one, it's like, "Here's all the shit you wanted. Bye."
Yeah,
it's like you shouldn't interfere in your own future.
Yeah.
And then what do?
Who wouldn't? I would. Saying Biff did nothing wrong is not the right way to put it, but like, who among us? Who wouldn't? An old version of yourself shows up and is like, hey, you want to make a bunch of fucking money? I'd be like, yeah, Erin, I do.
It almost feels irresponsible to your family and loved ones not to take an opportunity like that.
Right?
Like maybe that's a sign of where I am in my adulthood journey, but like, man, if I could solve all of these problems.
Right? And like, here's the whole thing, right? You'd be smart about it. You wouldn't let people know that you're like playing magic, basically. Like that that's the thing, right? Is that Biff is corrupted by his own bullshit and like, but I would love to like, pay off my debt, get some really nice outfits, maybe, and then that's it. And then burn it. Maybe I would burn it afterwards.
I feel like also if it were us today doing the same gamut, it wouldn't be sports betting because that feels gross.
Yeah, that's
but like
true.
I would steal money from the stock market 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah, that's true. I would also do that.
Totally.
Ooh,
That
I
would
didn't
definitely
think
be
about that.
That's the play. Yeah.
Yep.
Or just, rob banks.
Especially given that in the Back to the Future universe, when you change something, the material thing changes. Mm-hmm. So, like, even if you change the course of the future, your stock, tracking book or whatever is going to update itself. What a brilliant thing to have written into the continuity of this universe.
Mm-hmm. The continuity is not always clean, but there are a lot of thoughtful things about the continuity in this movie, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we here at Time to Party like to give some party favors, if you will, so that you can jump back into the movie or watch for the first time with some added goodies if you want,
Zhuzh. Giving you some zhuzh.
Yes. So as we like to do here on Time to Party, we have some drinking and smoking rules for you to apply to your viewing of Back to the Future Part 2. Oh, like we like to say here, you don't have to.
We're not doctors.
Yes.
We're also not the stage managers of your life. You can do whatever you want. You can have any kind of drink.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
If you want to have an apple juice, go for it.
100%.
And hey, if you want to do all of the rules, do it with water. You'll be the most hydrated you've ever been.
Absolutely. 100%. That's how I run it now.
Yes. All right. I guess I'll kick it off.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
Give us your
My
rules.
first rule is take a drink when an actor shares a scene with themselves.
Ooh, that's
Yes,
a good one.
that's one of mine.
That's a really good one. I didn't even think
It
about that.
happens a good amount,
It does happen a good
but
amount.
not enough that it's
Gonna
like
kill you.
played out. Like it's still fun.
Yeah. I like that. There's several, right? There's Jennifer, there's Marty, there's Biff, obviously.
And there's one with Doc.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that they were in the same place. Oh, wow.
You must be conducting a weather experiment.
Yeah, that's right. I truly didn't even think about that. I was like, this is just a normal part of this. La, la, la. Like, never even occurred to me that they were in this. Oh, duh. Dipshit. That's a really good one. I like that one a lot. Okay, this is basically a freebie to people who complain about this movie. Take a drink every time you are deeply confused by the timeline. It's okay. That's fine. That's okay.
You're allowed.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Me as someone who loves this fucking movie, I also am. Sometimes I'm like, what time is it?
Yes.
Like the scene outside the dance where they're like by the stairs and they're trying to get the fucking thing, and it's the ooh la la. I was just like, okay, this is confusing. Where are they? Who are they going with?
How did you get here?
Right, exactly.
What?
It's like, why are you in this stairwell? I barely remember this. I mean, I know that they show why goes in there, but during that continuity scene, I'm always like, what the fuck is happening here? Although it is a great reveal about the ooh la la. I do love that. It's a very smart camera trick, even.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the clever camera tricks in this film especially are just delightful.
I love it. It's such a great movie. It's also, may we just point out, also, it's one of the first movies that did shit like this as like a modern day thing. Like, here's a fun fact that I know because I'm a psycho. The person who like invented that is Gene Kelly. He was the first person to ever be in a movie with himself. That they had to like green screen it. It's CoverGirl was the name of the movie. They had to totally wrap the entire set in gray felt because they didn't have green screens yet. And so then he had to do the first one, and then he had to just do the second one without being able to look at it. And then they cross-cut them together. And that's the first time that anyone has ever done that on screen. And so to see it done like at this scale in the 80s is just so fucking cool. It's so cool to see it done so continuously throughout all of this, and to see the way that it's the same. I mean, it's the same thing, right? They bolt everything to the table. They do the back and forth about it. Like, I just think it rules. And that's just a happy fact that I happen to know because I'm obsessed with Gene Kelly.
That's so dope.
That.
Oh, he was the best.
Thank you for that.
Absolutely. Happy to share Gene Kelly information at literally the drop of a hat.
Do you know his favorite color?
I don't know his favorite color. I'm going to guess that it was probably green, because he's Black Irish and has green eyes. So that's my guess. You know what? Now I want to know. So I'm going to have to fucking look it up. I'm going to find it. I'm going to have to email his third wife and be like, by the way, do you know? Do I have her email address? Yes. Have I ever actually emailed her? Not yet. We'll see. One day it'll come.
Maybe this is the excuse.
Right, I got to email her and be like, listen, I was on a podcast and they asked me what his favorite color was, and I don't have an answer, and I'm going to need you to hook me up with the fucking answer.
Yeah, so we got to get this on the record.
Come on, let's go. Come on, Patricia. I got questions.
Please.
All right, my first rule is take a drink every time the hoverboard comes out.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Just the one hoverboard, or do the other hoverboards?
Or any hoverboard.
Yeah, do you take?
Ooh, I was only thinking of the Mattel hoverboard, but honestly, any hoverboard is a good answer.
Because they've got what? They're like, ooh, hoverboard.
Do you see this?
That's Jesus.
Hello.
Biff's.
This was a keychain from Universal Studios to promote Back to the Future, the ride.
Hell yeah.
I love this thing.
Wow. That's a good one. I love the hoverboards. There's also,
if you want to know more about Back to the Future, the ride, go back and listen to our past episode about Back to the Future.
I definitely had a moment where I was doing my edutainment and was like, I hope this isn't what I did for the last one. There was this moment of like, I might have already done this. I don't know. And so I just picked something wildly different. And now maybe that'll be the one that I did before. So anyway, we'll find out together.
It's okay. If it happens for a second time, it's just deja vu.
Right, exactly. Much like this movie. How appropriate to be like, didn't I already see this?
So we hear Time to Party pay our respects in many instances and in many ways. One way is by taking a shot for someone or something that's awesome. And
just anything throughout the whole movie? Wait, what?
No.
That's so many shots.
So many shots. Just do shots whenever.
Just line them up.
No.
And every 5 minutes, just take one.
Yeah. Just take one whenever Marty speaks. That's no, but you should take a shot.
Just have a drip.
I actually have two. I have 2 shot rules actually. So the first one,
okay, all right,
is for
all right
for a true MVP of the entire franchise, and that is Alan Silvestri, the composer, because the score goes so hard.
It's so
in
good.
all 3 of these movies.
It's so good.
But like, there's just something about the second one that I like really love. You know, it's hard to really like.
It drives the movie so much. Like, there's so much energy in the score for this.
It's
movie.
so good at world building and like scene setting. Like, you know pretty quickly what era you're in because of the music that's playing and the way that like it interacts with the like environment around it. He just did such a fucking good job.
Oh yes. And my second shot rule is for someone who did not get the respect he deserved while these movies were being made, but due to his contributions, it kind of laid the groundwork for what Hollywood is fighting for right now in terms of AI. So I think we need to take a shot for Crispin Glover.
Yes. Fuck yes. Crispin Glover, man, I've been on that since I was like a child. He changed the industry. I like have no words for it. I just cannot believe that he actually managed to go up against a company and really take it to him and be like, no, you actually don't get to use my image without paying me. And also you never get to do that to anyone else ever fucking again. Like, mad respect. And it fucked up his career too. Like, it did truly and sincerely ruin his fucking career. And he's still super highly remembered. People love him. He was in fucking Charlie's Angels and was super fucking good in it. Like, I remember when he was in Charlie's Angels and he showed up on the screen and it was like, oh my fucking God, Crispin Glover is in this?
Actual Glover?
It was wild. It was just like, oh, fuck. And he's being all creepy with the hair or whatever. And it's just like, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so glad that your blacklist wasn't forever. Like, he truly, I cannot say enough that absolutely you're right. He fucking crushed it. He changed the industry forever.
We talk about problematic faves sometimes, right? And like, sure, Zemeckis and Bob Gale are incredible for what they created with Back to the Future, and obviously we really love it. But then, you know, for them to also do this to Crispin Glover, you know, was kind of a dick move.
And it's also hard too, because they like, I kind of get it from their side. They barely use that character. It doesn't really make a huge difference. They could have just removed it, to be honest. But like, yeah, you can't. You use a different fucking person. Like, that's what they wound up having to do. Like, I just don't understand how your first thought isn't just recast it. Just fucking recast it. Jennifer got recast between 1 and 2. They'll accept it. Exactly. People will just fucking accept it. Like, man, this movie too, introduction of Jennifer 2, superior Jennifer. I'll say it. I don't care. She's the better Jennifer. First Jennifer was fine, but you know what? For a trilogy, this Jennifer's so much better. The first Jennifer would have been boring. This one, excellent. I don't want to see first Jennifer confused about why the lights in her house are going on. This one nailed it. And done. Anyway.
I love that argument. No, that's good. I love that argument.
I'm right.
Yeah.
You're right, and you should say it.
I am. All right. Okay, so your 2 shot rules were Alan Silvestri. Oh my God. Alan and Crispin.
Yep, for Al. Yep.
My stutter was like, that word's not coming out, honey. You're going to have to fucking skip it.
Good old Al.
All right. Good old Al. Okay. All right, my turn now.
Yes.
Okay, take a drink every time Marty zips up his red puffer vest. It doesn't happen super often, but it's one of those things that is what that movie is to me, is where he's just like, "Sharp! All right, here we go."
Yep. Business time.
Exactly, he's business best.
I love that. That's such a good little observation of like a character choice from. Yeah, love it. Yes, beautiful.
Yay,
beautiful.
All right, Ansel, you're next.
Take a drink for every brand placement.
I had a very similar one.
Me too.
This movie is famous for absolutely selling out in a few different spots. But I don't think that we appreciate the true magnitude of the brand placement that happens in this movie.
There's so much of it.
Keep your eyes open. There's a lot.
So much of it. The one that I wrote down was a finish your drink, actually. Finish your drink when you notice the raisins product placement, because that was the one they were the maddest about after the first movie. They were like, you just gave us product placement with a bum on a bench. Well, give us our money back. And so then in this,
what the hell?
And so in the second one, they like actually have to make like an effort to put the raisins in there. So if you notice it, that one, finish your drink. But I love that.
That's a good one.
It's such a good
I like, yes.
The product placement is you're so right. It's such a huge part of this movie. And you know what? For the record, for what it's worth, there's so much of it, and it's spread out through so much of the movie that it doesn't really even seem that weird. It doesn't really even feel like they're forcing all of it.
It fades into the background.
Exactly. It totally becomes part of the scenery.
I think it almost works in the movie's favor as well, because of how important brands have become throughout the actual time that this movie covers.
Absolutely.
You know, from 1985 to 2015, brand placement, brand awareness, brand like superiority or dominance has only grown. We do see more and more product placement in our daily lives. We do wear more and more branded shit, voluntarily advertising for things that we maybe only kind of like because the t-shirt is cool. And I think it is in its favor that they sure, they took a bunch of money for it and that's whatever, like
get the bag, whatever.
But in reality, that's a thing that happened. You know?
Yeah, because like the another like weird trivia piece that I know, like the first real product placement in our like today age, the way that we're talking about it right now, is fucking E.T. It was Steven Spielberg. It was the Reese's Pieces. He was the first one to really do that, which is part of why people reached out to him about Back to the Future, because it's like, well, you know how to do this. You're clearly like, you can make this happen. And so when they shit on the California raisins like that, it was even more of a bomb, because they were like, we know you can do this.
The hell?
Right? That's a very.
I wonder if it's because the California raisins like lowballed them. Yeah, I mean, this is all you paid.
I don't know. I've heard that they like part of the reason they were so pissed is they were like, we paid you the same money as Pepsi. Why are we on a bench? Which that's very different levels.
Yeah. Man, in 2015, when they were having this celebration for Back to the Future, and they were releasing like all of the things, like the issue of USA Today and like the Nikes and all that, the one thing I wanted out of all of that was a Pepsi Perfect, and they were impossible to get.
God.
Yeah.
I guess you're just keeping it in the bottle. You're not actually going to drink it.
Right, exactly. I wanted it to display.
Buy right now a Pepsi Perfect water bottle. Like if I could get that, like, because it's a classy shape, like that bullet shape with the like twist off top. Like that's, I saw it today when I was rewatching little recaps, and I was like, oh man, that is a nice design.
Yeah, that rules.
They did make Pepsi Perfect water bottles. I believe it was in like a blind box like subscription thing at the time. You know, like a Loot Crate type thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Loot Crate,
but like I didn't get it. I don't remember why. I mean, those things were expensive, like those subscription boxes, you know.
Oh my god, I can't believe how long I did those things.
How much do you think a Pepsi Perfect Back to the Future bottle is? Just take a guess.
Hundreds, $500.
Not quite that much.
Oh,
but you're in the right direction.
The one on eBay?
Yeah. $300.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
I was immediately until I was like, how can we get one of these water bottles? So let me
I did find you can get from a website called Just Geek. They're selling one for $25.
Okay.
That's got the right vibe.
Ooh. That's fun.
Yeah, there are a handful of them on eBay, but they are expensive.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I did also enter the drawing to be selected to buy the Nike Hyperdunks. So they weren't the actual shoes that Marty wore, but they were a style of sneaker that Kobe was wearing at the time that had the colorway. Because the actual shoes, the self-tying Nike mags, they only made like a handful of them, and they sold them for charity, and the money went to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So those were like thousands of dollars. I did see a pair in person at a shoe store in Vegas, and they look cool as hell.
Yeah, I've only seen them in person once, and I was like, I want these so bad.
I'm not a sneaker person, but I want them.
You're a Back to the Future person. That
Absolutely
supersedes. Yeah.
Yes. My last rule is take a hit whenever Biff incorrectly phrases a popular saying because you want to hit him in the face. So
That's
just
so
take,
funny.
Just take a hit.
I love that. I like that one a lot.
Gotta let them running gags run.
When you want to. Yes.
Hit him.
Originally, it was take a hit when you want to hit Biff in the face, but this actually
you can hit him in the face with all kinds
might
of things.
Be irresponsibly high. Yeah,
it's
just
true.
Grab a loaf of bread and hard hammer throw right across the face. It's not a deadly weapon. that is a question that I'll ask people as like an icebreaker. Like, if you given no repercussions whatsoever, if you could take a giant baguette and just crack someone in the face with it, who would you pick?
How many days old is the baguette?
Old enough to hurt.
Okay.
It doesn't just bend around their face. It's like a punishment.
Okay.
I mean, given what's going on today, I can think of one person.
I know, right? But that's not enough. Ooh, I almost just said that.
Punishment has to fit the crime.
Yeah, it's like it's a low level. I'm so irritated with this person. I just want to whack him in the face with a loaf of bread. Even the thought, right? Satisfying. It's super satisfying to think about.
It's easy to produce a long list of people where you're like, I'd find that, and you'd know what you did.
Yes.
You'd know what you did.
I don't even have to tell you why I'm hitting you in the face. You're just getting straight baguette right to the mouth. Like, that's, you know what you did.
Straight baguette.
Right? This is who I am as a person. Listen.
Yeah, I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
We love that kind of energy. Big fan.
Erin, you got one more?
Okay, let's see. I do have that one. You know what? I'm going to save that one because that's for later. Okay, let's see. Yes, I do have. I have a drink one sort of like Ben was just talking about. Take a drink of your choice of how large it is. Every time you go, wow, this is too similar to today.
Oh,
that's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Oh, man, that devil's one I had.
All right. See, we're all on the same page here.
I'm
did you?
I phrased it as take a drink every time you see something that's kind of almost right.
Oh, no. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, like the Cubs fucking up and not getting it in 2015.
Bro.
But a couple years later.
But the fact that they fucking won it all, it was like Back to the Future did this. They're the ones that created this problem.
And to be fair, they did adjust continuity with that short, Doc Brown Saves the Universe, by saying, after changes are made to the universe, it might take a little while for them to catch up. Right? So, like, it makes sense. It's canon.
Whatever. It's not the movie.
That short is real goofy because it's just Doc Brown in a white room with a DeLorean. So it's just
I fucking love Christopher Lloyd. I also love the bit about in this movie where he's like peeling the face mask off and he's like,
yes.
added like 10 years to my life. It turned out to be true about Christopher Lloyd, who just looked the same fucking forever. Like, even now, put a wig on him. He looks fucking the same.
The man did an action movie. Like,
that's like
insane.
Like, because he was a Nobody, right? The one with Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I watched that movie with my
that movie was so good.
Fucking good. It was so good. I watched it with my my husband and his cousins and their kids. We were visiting them in Kentucky, and we had this like huge outdoor screen because it's Kentucky, and there's a ton of everyone has a backyard the size of a fucking football field. And so they set up this like huge screen. We're watching it and we were like, this is gonna be a silly movie with Bob Odenkirk. And it started and we were like, first of all, sick. This is not what we were expecting. And then we got to watch it on this huge screen and we were just like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then Christopher Lloyd came out and I lost my shit. And my husband was like, oh God, here we go. And everyone else was like, right? Isn't this fucking crazy? And like, yes, it is. I cannot believe he was in it. Was so good. It was such a good movie. Have you seen Nobody, Ben?
I have not. I've been meaning to watch it, and I know there's a sequel, so I definitely need to catch up.
When you get to it, it'll be an absolute treat for you.
I'm looking forward to watching that and Thelma, that action movie with June Squibb.
Oh, I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah,
I've seen that one.
Definitely got to watch that one. But June Squibb is phenomenal. I love that she's getting her flowers finally.
Hell yeah!
After a long career,
super long. Wow.
Yeah.
That rules. Oh
Did I hear Erin still got a couple?
Yeah, I got a couple. I always have more.
Yeah, lightning round. Go for it. Kill him.
It's always me. Okay, let's see. If you want to do a drink that's an easy one and you just want a simple rule, take a drink every time there's a time jump. That's an easy one to just be like, I only want 1 or 2 rules. Like, that's a super easy one that you can do. And then I have smoking rules, obviously. Take a hit every time you notice, not necessarily the scene where they happen, but every time you notice Marty's sick ass shoes. Every time you're like, you're just dope. Those shoes look cool there. Take a hit.
Cool.
Because they are awesome. They're great. They're super cool shoes. Okay, and then sort of like I was talking about earlier, you should take a hit when anytime someone is confused about their surroundings. You too can be confused.
Yes.
Sort of fits in with in the same scene, but I was like, that's in there. I think that's a good hit one. And that's it. That's all for my rules.
Cool.
I was tempted to do every time you see somebody wearing hollow fabric, so feel free to throw that one in as a runner-up rule in your.
And another like really easy one is take a drink every time Marty says something's heavy.
Do you want to die?
If that's your only rule, then it's pretty good.
That's fair. Okay, that's fine.
Awesome.
Well, all right. There we have it. There are your drinking and smoking rules for Back to the Future Part 2. You can watch this movie in so many places. You should own it. Just go buy it. Get it on all the things.
Buy it physically because streaming is a lie and a scam.
It's true. If you want to join the conversation, you can find us on the internet. I'm at bsilverio20 on Instagram, X, I guess, and Letterboxd. Who knows what social media we're on anymore.
Yeah, for real. You can find me on the internet at NYD Urgency on Instagram, and that's it. And we'll see about that. When will there be an Instagram replacement? That's what I would like to know.
Blue Sky's working on it.
I know. I saw that one, and I'm like, all right, I love you, Blue Sky. Don't you fuck this up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't mess up.
I don't know that they've earned my trust just yet, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
I've been on Blue Sky a minute.
Yeah, me too.
You can find me on Blue Sky at The Indecisionist, as well as on all of the meta properties at the same handle, The Indecisionist. This has been an Indecisionist production. Special thanks to April Moralba for our podcast art and to Marlon Longid of Marlon and the Shakes for our amazing theme song.
And if you're still on a social media platform that still uses hashtags, you can use the hashtag time2party. That's time the number 2 party.
As well as time the number 2 party, all spelled out, thanks to Warwick.
I love that bit. That bit's going to stay around until we're not using hashtags anymore.
I love a hashtag.
Just like how I refuse to let boomerangs die. I don't want this bit to die.
Oh, I've never really used boomerangs, and I used them for the first time on a family trip with my sister, and I was like, that's it. That's the one and done of the boomerang.
That's the one.
That's as good as that's going to
I
get.
was like, I executed this perfectly. No need to try again.
I'm told that the youths no longer use them, and I'm just like, I don't believe you.
I thought they were gone. I didn't know that it was still a thing you could do.
The youths are crazy. I don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand. I have a youth as a
Truly
sister.
Truly lawless bunch.
Right? And like, I mean, I don't want to get into this particularly, but like the TikTok stuff is crazy. But also like that is a generation. Like my sister is younger than that generation and never used TikTok. Loves Snapchat still. That's a thing that has kept on. I get it. It feels more private.
Truly insane. As we go through these insane times and enter the 2015 of Back to the Future Part 2, come back as we review this delightful movie with the delightful Erin Cline.
Yeah.
Party people while you go through your week and try to survive. We hope you do, and we hope you join us. And we hope that you be excellent to each other.
Party on, dudes!
Yeah.